up, everybody? I'm not Cheynee180.
I'm Chamba or Chambi.
7960.
Yeah,
I'm not Augie.
There you go.
that's good.
That's actually helpful. Yeah. All right.
Mhm.
And this is an all-new episode of Chatmigos.
No focus. Yeah.
Oh, good.
It's gonna be a great show tonight. How's everybody doing, Mr. Junior? How are you today?
I just missed the Haulathon spread, but I'm good. How are you doing, Dario? Long time no see.
Dario.
Where's Dario at?
He's around, Mario.
I'm good, Junior. No complaints. Chamba, how are you?
Not bad. I got a couple of things in today, so I've been looking at that for a little bit, and I'll fiddle with more of that, I suppose, after the show. But yeah, I'm doing not bad. Jshot, how are things, man?
Things are good. We're here. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna talk toys. I'm gonna do my best to fill in for Cheynee and not screw this up completely. So
You got this, Jshot.
We'll
Big
see.
news. Big news.
So I made my little punch list so that I don't miss anything up. So, yeah. So I think now we're supposed to bring in our very special guest, who's here to plug something, but we're not going to let him plug it. So we're gonna just completely dance around it. So, please welcome Brick Something to the show.
Plug something. Hi, everybody.
What's up, Rick?
Plug something.
We're really
What's
making
up?
the name
How are you?
today. Hello.
Welcome.
I'm doing good. I want to be Dario too. So just call me Dario today.
Dario 2.
You do.
No, I fully respect that. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for having me on, and I feel welcome here, I guess is what I was trying to say or something. Yeah.
Welcome to the
okay.
Brick Something show. Yeah.
You're welcoming us
it's
into your
totally-
presence.
Yes.
It's 100% habit. I'm just like standing here, and that's what I say in the beginning. But anyways, hello. Hi.
Do you know how hard it was for me to not start this off with "It's Wednesday, my dudes"? I get it. I understand.
I mean, you could have. It's Wednesday minus one day.
That's true. It's a Wednesday fortnight. No, whatever. Anyway,
It is
obviously
Wednesday here,
Brick-
by the way.
I know.
Yeah,
I know. That's
Chamba,
what's-
it's Wednesday for you.
Yeah. So we've got two Darios. It's Wednesday, and we've got not Augie. That we're just It's already out the window. That'll teach you, Cheynee, for taking a day off to go see your kids thing. Anyway, Brick, you've been here before, but for anybody who doesn't know who you are, do you want to give us a quick elevator pitch?
Of who I am. My name is Brick Something. I do stuff online and talk about toys like everybody else because it's fun and I love my toys and I love talking about toys. I do a show on the weekends called the Brick Something News, but this time I'm going to plug because you're not going to let me. This time I really wanted to be here today to talk to folks about this thing coming up on the West Coast called the West Coast Mythic Meetup, as in Mythic Legions. Which is a toy line that I love, and I'm helping to organize this thing. And since I know there's so many West Coasters up in here in the Toymigos, the Chatmigos, I just wanted to make sure that they heard about it and can talk to people about it. So that's it.
Well, yep.
There you
My
go. So what is how is this different than Legion's Con? Like, what's the whole
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's exactly the same. So that's that good, and you should come. No,
Okay.
I wish. No,
sold. Yeah.
it's not. I wish. Like you've been there, I think, and so Legion's Con is like this big opportunity for everybody to come through and see like everything's Legion, whether it's the Four Horsemen stuff, whether it's all the customizer stuff, other indie toy lines, and so in between those. The studio is based in New Jersey, and so they're going to local shows around them. Like ToyCon New Jersey is happening, I think, in a couple weeks. Is that right?
Yep.
IshCon, they're at like all sorts of stuff around that area, right? And so you can, if you're an East Coaster, you can like hang out, go to a bunch of cool little meetups, they call them, right? Real informal things where people just hang out and talk Mythic Legions and share, 3D parts and talk about all the newest stuff, or trade and sell stuff. Or you can go to like, toy show propers, and the Legions community kind of rolls deep. Here on the West Coast, we're sad. We sit around in our house and are like, get online and are like, hey, anybody want to talk Legions with me? So we are trying to change that. And so for the last 3 years, there's been this show up in the Sacramento area. And it started with Is Ramirez of the Adam Power channel, who was actually has deep connections with the Horsemen. He's a lawyer, so he helped the Four Horsemen figure out what they needed to do early on with a lot of the legal stuff to become their own studio and welcome to a lot of the stuff with the line. And he's been a fan since then. So he started out here.
Cool.
Walter Hagen, who is basically the the muscle, I guess, behind the cabal, the community where we hang out on Facebook. One of the safe places on Facebook to hang out, where people talk all Legions. Like, he used to live out here until he ditched us this year and moved out to Carolinas, and so he was helping with it. It was starting up, but he moved away, and a bunch of us have also kind of jumped in trying to make this thing happen. It's the 3rd annual Mythic Meetup, and so you can see on the flyer there, it's May 3rd. It's kind of short. It's 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Okay. And folks, you'll see there, it says on Instagram, that's where all the details you can probably reliably find at West Coast Mythics. I just posted something. I was working on it as we were talking backstage. But one of the cool things about it is that if you're really into Legions and you always hear about these folks on the West Coast who get access to the latest, greatest, rarest toy from Four Horsemen that we don't have access to. The good news is we might get some access to some of those legendary toys out here too. So I don't know if folks are familiar with the Legendary Barbarian, which is one of these toys that showed up out of nowhere at one of these kinds of Four Horsemen cons, and it's a dope figure. It's I don't know, it's got cool extra hair pieces if you're feeling like other characters need some hair. But I don't know. It's cool. We will have some there, for example, as well as some other stuff. But
cool.
That's sort of my pitch. If you have questions.
All right. Yeah. I mean, I think you summed it all up. But everybody knows to go to you or go to West Coast Mythics on Instagram and get there for the event, which is cool, and it's really cool. 3rd annual, so got to keep it going as long as they can. I know we got a lot of other stuff to talk about, but before we do that, let's go check in with our Chatmigos, shall we? I don't know. Cheynee usually does it, so I guess I'm on the hook to do it. So, all right, I'll run through it real quick. Here we go. Say something. Say hi. Not brick something. Say something. Say hi, or drop your dots if you're a Chamigo, and I will mispronounce your name as I mispronounce. It'd be a great show, everybody.
You're on fire, dude.
Yeah, I'm on fire. We got Grumps in the chat. We got Zio Adams. Juan Mega Man Puerto Rico is here. Enders is here. What's up, Carl? We got Toy Renzu, Mark Rose, Blood Forest Odyssey, Brad Harper, Bolton 2, Paul Morales, Gaijin, Crescent Blue Zero, Rick Jones is here. Born Tatum, Gabrielle, Disavowed Action Figures. The Man Beast Boy is here. We got Jelly Figs. Keep scrolling. Bull Art Takeover, the Patman 13, Stormfire Blizzard. We got Matchutoy is in the chat and not here. Francisco Hernandez, Shelf Presence is here. Sonic Rockman X, Shadowbird, Zion Collectibles. I don't know if I said that already. Who else? Scrolling. And the Collecting Brothers, Tripping with Toys. No Chewing is here. Jurassic Jesse. What's up, Jesser? And I think we got Seth at Amateur Hour, and I think that's it. Oh, here we go. Rockets Blastoise is also here, and E. McNeil. I think I got it ready. So
You did. Good job, Jshot.
Here you go. Thanks. Doing my best. Do we want to jump into hot seat?
Wait, we got one more.
Uh-oh. Oh, hi, Yoko.
Ooh.
Yoko, how's Japan? So
Whoa.
What?
Ohayou gozaimasu. Wow.
Yeah, I knew she was gonna take it like that.
She took that offensive for some reason. I don't know.
Of course, because I said it. It's because I said
Right.
it.
It's
Anyway,
because you
what's
said
up, Thanos Copter?
Yeah, she's
Thanos
shooting the
Copter, how's
messenger as we
Japan?
speak.
Yeah. Anyway, Jesus Christ, can't wait.
I'm so jealous. I wish I was there.
Dude, me
Yeah,
too,
dude.
man. I'm starting to get the
Looks
FOMO.
great.
Everyone
Mate,
I
it's not
know
even
is going to
everyone.
Japan this year. It's crazy.
Right now. Everyone's
yeah,
there
my
right
colleagues
now.
there right now.
It's
because
true.
Japan's so weak.
Like just earlier, I found out one of my art mates. He's like, "Wait, he's in Japan too." I was like, "This doesn't make this is crazy. There's too many people. That's not even
Yeah.
related to toys or whatever. Just
Everyone is
they're
there.
there.
Is
Yeah.
it because of Star Wars, or they just happen to be there?
No, I've got mates who are this just
Bit of
there,
A, bit of
Just cause, huh?
just cause.
Well, the yen's really weak, so it's going very far for your budget for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's actually getting stronger.
Mhm.
Yeah, because
It's
everybody's
not as
there
weak
now.
as it was. I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's
Yeah,
there
we know.
spending
I
money.
was there.
Let's keep that out of the chat.
Anyway, I think
Uh,
a lot of people are scared too that it's gonna, they're moving towards it getting maybe a little more expensive for folks
I'm fine with that.
to visit.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
That means there's less
I'm not-
people.
I'm not, dude. I've
There's
never
gonna-
been.
there's-
Come on,
there's gonna
Chamba.
be
Let me
less
go there
people.
first.
Dude, no. It's gonna be fine because there's gonna be less people then. If the people that are gonna go
Less poor people
want
like
to
me.
go,
Exactly. It's like
go.
Disneyland. Hey,
Well-
can we do like an on-location Chatmigos thing at Tokyo?
Yeah,
I mean, I'm always down.
Yeah.
Let's
that'd be
do
dope.
it.
That'd be
Does
Yeah,
that
dope.
mean
decision
Does that mean
made.
Shady pays for it?
Yeah.
Is that how that
Yeah,
works?
No,
for
no,
sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
set a date. Everyone can make it. That's it.
All right,
We
let's
just fly
start
out-
the fun
The
super chat.
chats. Yeah.
Yeah, super chat goal. Super chat
Yeah.
goal. Let's go.
On location. Yeah.
No, Ernie's gonna
Yeah.
claim that one.
Yeah,
Already hacks into the account, empties it beforehand. Yeah. So.
This was-
What?
Yes, it's hot seat time,
Oh.
right?
Hot seat of the hot.
Oh, well, I was going to ask if we wanted to do hot seat or not, because Brick's been here before.
Oh,
Yeah, I
I
got
got
a
James
question
was
for
in the
Brooke.
hot seat.
Yeah, let's do it. No, I'm not. I mean, all day apparently. All right, let's do the hot seat. Who wants to start us off?
I'll start it
Ooh.
off.
Nope, wrong
Let
one.
me do it.
There you
Oh,
go.
there it is.
I was
We're
trying to
running
think
on
of
one
something. I was trying to think of something like Z100 in New York would do Flush the Format Fridays. I was like, Cheyney's not here. What's like the Tuesday version of that? Like we're just throwing the format out. It's like Tear the Format Tuesday. I don't know. So, but yeah, it's not great. It's not great. That's why I said I was trying to think of something. So anyway,
Brick,
All
got a
right.
question for you. Who is your favorite Toy Migo and why?
Oh,
Is it Mario?
oh, that's tough.
Oh,
It's tough. I'm trying to think which of the Toy Migos loves Mythic Legions the
Damn it.
most.
Cheynee abandoned you.
And I actually don't totally know the answer. And I'm gonna guess. No, you know what? I'm gonna play it safe. I'm gonna say I'm a teacher. I love all. I can't pick favorites. So, but really, it's you. It's actually really you.
Yes.
I will
Stop
say
it.
that I have a deep fondness for Dario. I mean Mario.
Yes.
Dario's
cool too, though.
the Oreo
that
brothers.
is also a great choice.
Yeah. Yeah, we need it when we
No,
fuse
I
together.
At this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to pick favorites, guys. I think it's really it makes me feel bad and mean and yeah. So
But you love it when we
I'm avoiding
ask
the question.
other guests who their favorite is.
Yeah.
do I?
Yeah, you do.
I do.
We all have an answer. Like Mario,
Yeah.
who's your favorite Chatmigo?
Chamba.
Oh, cool.
Cool. Junior, who's your favorite?
Currently Jshot. Can
Aw,
I tell
thanks,
you,
bud.
your voice has you have good comic timing, and I feel like your delivery is. Have you ever watched Mystery Science Theater 3000?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like you could voice one of the puppets.
Oh, for sure.
I will.
I could see that.
I
You
will
sound
take
like a
that
puppet.
every day. I will take that all
he
day.
sounds like
all
he sounds
day.
like he could do. He sounds like he could do Crow.
all
Oh, there
day.
you go.
I would take I could voice a puppet all day. Chamba, who's your favorite? Good luck following that up.
I guess it changes.
Break some.
Yeah, it depends. Depends on the thing. Right now you are because you're doing a great job of hosting.
Stop
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
You are.
All right, well, all
It
right.
changes
stop.
though. Yeah, I mean everyone's got.
It changes. It changes.
Is there any more questions for Brick Something? Brick Something. What has been your favorite legions this year?
Oh, this year, I gotta say the other surprise figure this year was the Ninian infantry.
Can you please
Which
show
was
that?
the
Because I have
snake,
no
yeah.
idea what these names are.
Yeah, I know the names are really silly, but it's the
Ah, okay.
snake guy. I have an
Snake
open
face.
one somewhere. I'm trying to think. But snake face, yeah.
Yes.
Snake
And,
face.
I mean, they're all great. So many great things came out this year, like the Necronominous wave. But there's something about this sculpt. Check out all the details in there, like the
Yeah,
scientifically accurate details in that mouth, but also the scales on the back of this thing, and the tail. That's a bendy
paint job,
wire. And this is the first sort of official figure that like embraces the sort of Mexica inspiration, kind of an Aztec kind of vibe that they're hinting at being maybe possibly from another part of Mythos. So I'll go with this guy.
Okay.
Junior, you got one for him?
I feel like Mythic Legions is his first favorite toy line. Star Wars behind him would be his second. What's your third favorite toy line?
I don't know that it goes in that order necessarily, but of course, folks probably know that I can't be on here without talking about some Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. I love AWOC.
Oh yeah.
Full disclosure, I sometimes shill for them pretty hard. I actually like missed your brother by that much at WonderCon. Apparently he was there, he was at the table and didn't say hello. But
Dang.
Very
Anyways.
typical.
no, I think he got busy or something. But Animal Warriors of the Kingdom, I love what Spiro Toys does. Like between Mythic Legions, I think those are two of my favorite lines, especially the whole like indie thing. I'm really kind of into that and some of the new overseas companies. I don't know. I grew up on toys. I had the whole Star Wars and G.I. Joe stuff, but I'm just really excited like where else toys can go.
For sure.
So that's what I'm into right now.
Well, since you mentioned that, because my question was going to be, if you had to get rid of one line forever, Mythic or AWOC, which would it be?
Get rid of?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow,
like
Jshot.
Thanos snapping.
Yeah, coming in hot.
Oh shoot. Okay.
Get rid of or stop collecting. Like you can only pick one to stop collecting.
I'm probably gonna get in trouble for this, but I would actually say Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. Sorry,
Oh.
Jason. And you all know that I help out with that line a lot. My name's actually on the new boxes, which is exciting.
That's awesome.
But there's a reason. I will say the whole Mythic Legions thing it's so broad. When it started, knights and barbarians fine. But now we've got dragons, we've got snake people, we're getting hyenas essentially. We got Jinn,
Plus the Cosmic Legion.
me. Exactly. I feel like it's blank canvas, right? Like it feels like they can kind of do anything. And I am into the whole Lago thing. And so the idea of swapping and swapping within a system is
That's true.
awesome. Sorry, Jason. I'm fired.
No, but those
Even though they don't
reasonings
pay me.
make sense too. I
There's
get
a
it.
reason. Yeah, and it's a complete hypothetical. So
Yeah.
also
So-
you mentioned dragon and 1/6 shooter shows up. So
I will admit, I felt like a chump not answering the favorite Toymigos since. So I was like, screw it, I'll throw Jason under the bus. There you go.
Nice.
So brick.
But if
some
Jason
things
was here,
into
you would-
Legos.
yeah.
Imagine that.
Jason would get it. Jason would say, me too.
Yeah, I could see that. Actually, I could see Jason saying that. All right. Anything else before we end the hot seat?
I'm good.
Nope. All right.
Hot seat ended.
Wait,
There
Brick,
you go. Whoop.
how many dragons did you get? What?
Oh,
We'll get you a dragon.
Ooh.
Cheynee Cheynee will pay for it. So.
Meeting
Trevor,
canceled.
I know Trevor tried. Trevor really tried to work that sort of enabling angle, but I live in the Bay Area, man. Like, I know I just pulled out a couple figures, but this is most of my toys famously are in my classroom because I just don't have room. It's a small place. So that dragon's huge, but gorgeous and amazing, but too big for my place. Look at there's Trevor there. I'm not pleased with me.
Shelf presents. Gifted
not
5.
Go for it.
Yeah, shelf presents gifted 5 Toymigos memberships. They went to Thanos Copter, RMD Collective, The Figure Report, Lord of Brooklyn, and Matthew.
All right. Should we all scream? We give a
Let's
five,
scream it out,
4,
baby.
3, 2, 1.
Whoa!
All right.
Wait, I need a toy to do that.
Yeah, RMD Collective doing a really good job of making us all jealous of his trip.
Right.
He's so cool,
Y'all
that
guys
guy.
post it.
He
He's a
is.
cool guy. The cool guy.
Cool boy.
Cool boy. All right. Before we get into the news, if you or what's new and what's hot here, if you missed last week's episode of They're Not Dolls, be sure to go back and check it out. I sing towards the end, so I don't know if that's an invitation or a complete turnoff, but you can always skip over it. So,
Well, you know when to stop.
It's true, or you know when to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but good time was had by all. So, oh,
TikTok, you don't stop.
You don't stop. All right, Rick, where we going?
I can't resist. I was listening to 796 talking about women in such a respectful way last night. Let's talk about that skater girl right there in the middle. Sporty girl Yo-Yo.
Yo-Yo.
From Crazy Figure.
Indeed.
All right. Which are you in?
To me, there's something about this that I just think is hilarious. And I saw Chamba actually posted on the Discord today, and I was like, what is this? Kind of what I was saying earlier. Like I've played with toys all my life, and I'm kind of excited about how things are developing. I also think it can get really ridiculous, and I think this is a sign of sort of where we've come. But I know folks are going to want this. I know people will buy it for a bunch of reasons, right? And if you went to those accessories, and there were a couple reasons in that picture that you just missed, including skateboard,
it's a lollipop,
tennis racket. Lollipops. I don't like a weirdly periodic. I don't know that inappropriate sound system or whatever that is. And the other piece of this is that like I grew up around like people into different subcultures, punk stuff, skaters, hip hop. And this was the kind of person, like, especially that first shot where she's holding up the skateboard, that would have like instantly made all my friends roll their eyes. But then secretly I'll try and like get her phone number. So this thing is just, I don't know. It's interesting to me. Real talk though, I look at the construction and everything, and I'm just intrigued by the work that people are putting into all kinds of figures.
Yeah.
She's smaller than a dragon.
She is smaller than a dragon. We hope. But we're gonna throw out the format. So if you got anybody want to chime in, I think it's we usually had fun like that last time too. So
free for all at this point.
Yeah.
I own.
Like,
sorry, go ahead, Junior.
No, I was just gonna say that he just threw in all the double entendre we need for this chat, which is pretty great. I will just say I actually really like the construction of the skirt. Like it's funny because I collect just as a Masters of the. I know. It's like Godiva riding topless on, and you'll notice the horse. The whole thing is, I collect Masters of the Universe, and I know like Mattel budgets their WWE stuff, and they get cloth clothing, and they don't want to do this with their Princes of Power stuff because it probably reads too much like doll. And I see this stuff, and I go, "Wow, people really can knock this stuff out of the park, and it's probably a reasonable cost." And I really wish toy companies would just take chances and stuff like that. Fantastic construction. I actually do like I'm a big fan of mixed media, and the figure is really, really awesome. What's the price point on this, if anyone knows?
No price point yet. She just went up. They only previously released the blank bodies. This is their first technical actual figure.
Yeah, the
They
blank
did a very
bodies were
nice job.
35, so I
Blank bodies were 35, so
Yeah.
double maybe, if anything.
Gotcha. It's a nice figure, actually.
Good. Mario, you were jumping in there too. Good.
I'm sorry.
The articulation on this figure is pretty dope. I have one of their blank bodies. I mean, it's cool to see that face sculpt finally painted up, because this is the same sculpt with the blank body, and the sculpt is actually really impressive, right? Usually, you don't get good sculpts with those blanks, but this looks cool. I don't think I would buy this one. I would just get a blank and make a custom. But I do like the shoes on this one. The shoes on the other one were cool too, but this is pretty cool. Yeah. And the accessories are neat too, you know. But I don't think I need it.
I like that, like all the different hands, because it looks like from here it's like a, you know, she's kind of doing like one of these, but is she also like kind of giving one of the like, hey, don't look type of things? I can't.
Maybe. I mean, like,
you see what I'm saying?
It's all very specific, but that could be used for something else, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Like, mainly for the skateboard, or for, because she's got like, you know, a baseball bat, a tennis racket.
Yeah.
It's all for those things as well. Maybe even for the actual the MP3 player, the music player.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Cool. All right.
I'm sure.
Chamba, what are you thinking?
I mean, it's neat. It's neat that they're actually making characters and whatnot, because they've got the blank body. People seem to be enjoying that one, using it for customs and whatnot. So here's their first go. It's an easy pass. This one, it's an easy pass. Like, yeah. I've got no need. There's no purpose for this one, at least. But if people can find aspects of this and use it as a custom, like to further a character that they want to create, by all means. Like the fact that you could just pop off the head and whatnot, put whatever head on, make a whole new character. But yeah,
dude, this figure is like really dancing on that whole line. I know there's another show called They're Not Dolls, but this is this is clearly a doll, man.
Yeah, it's a 112 doll.
It's damn close. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Junior, where do you want to go?
Oh gosh, I have choices. It's either Giga Chad Shredder 2-pack or Jojo. I'll do the SH Figure Arts Jojo.
Okay.
Bottom middle there. Yep. So they had their World JoJo Day. I don't know the name of the festival that basically commemorates their JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Among other things, they also showed a teaser trailer for Part 7, Steel Ball Run. Anyone who knows JoJo's Bizarre Adventure knows how hype it is. I really wish Netflix would actually get with the program and air it weekly instead of doing the whole episode dump.
They might. They might.
You know, I don't want to name drop. I know an executive at Netflix, and I've asked him this in the past, and he was like, no. And it was like a hard no, but I see, you know.
No, there's a couple of anime there's a couple of anime on Netflix that are weekly.
Yes, I know. So I'm hoping they get with the program and figure this out. But I remember the guy was like, absolutely. He made it seem like it was a hard no. Absolutely not. That's not how Netflix does things. That was the takeaway. But I really hope they do it with Steel Ball Run, because I'm willing to do the weekly, you know, water cooler moments and all that stuff. But among them, and I'm really glad I didn't go into the Medico stuff. I always thought I was very late to the program. Augie bought me Jolene from Medicos for my birthday. Was the real, what do they call those, real action statues or something like that?
No, that one's called super articulated statues.
That's it. But he got me Jolene. And I was like, you know what? That's about as far as I'm going to go. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is definitely like top 5 shows I've ever watched for anime. And I keep telling myself I want to draw a line and not buying everything I like of a property. But then they had to show these. God help me. I'm all in on this collection. I'm very curious. You know, the JoJo thing is, do they pose? And, you know, if it's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, it has to be a super articulated line. They had full body shots of Jonathan, and he's doing a lot of his signature posing. As long as they can all do that, that looks fine. I will say Joseph, he's the top right. He looks a little like a little young to me.
Young.
But that is I mean, he's 1930s New York. That's kind of how he looked, and that was kind of how he was aged. So, if Araki approved it, I'm okay with it. I'm very curious to see how the part loadout is going to be. If it's hands, if where did the stands come in, all that stuff. I'm actually very, very curious. Very excited about this line.
Break something? Anything?
Yeah.
Thoughts?
I think this is great, and we were again last night. That guy 796 was on the Collection Nexus, and the second I saw this, I sent it over to Berserk because he's like a huge like JoJo fan, and it was fun hearing them talk about it. But when I saw this, I thought, cool, maybe now something that I'm more likely to get because of size. Like in general, like you saw some of the figures I get, they're bigger. I don't get a whole lot of SH stuff in general because of that. But there's something about the aesthetic of the art style of JoJo's that I think I could make work. And the Medico stuff is really it's weird. They're smaller and super. So
they're not small. What the problem is with the Medico stuff is that because most of the JoJo's proportions they've got smaller heads, larger bodies.
Yes.
They feel smaller because all their heads are tinier. Yeah. So I'm curious as to how Bandai is going to actually present these.
I think I like the anime. I like the anime influence of these versus the manga influence of the other brand.
Yeah. The manga, the Medicos definitely tried to tackle more of the art style specific to the part. So, but yeah.
And I also think it's neat that they're showing these
I would agree
6.
with that. Yeah.
And I'm excited to see some of the stands because that's the stuff that like can get really, really fun. But I think this is their way of sort of showing like we're projecting that we're going to go pretty deep and go all over JoJo's. So it's kind of exciting.
Mario?
Yeah, I was like Brick said, I was talking about this yesterday, and dude, out the gate showing 6. Like, we might have these figures in hand by the beginning of next year, you know? Or maybe by the end of this year. Who knows? I am a little, I don't know, worried. So Bandai or Tamashii, they have almost every good property now, you know? And I think because they have everything, maybe they're spread a little too thin because there are some lines, and it's undeniable, some lines get a lot of love and some lines get no love, right? I want these figures to move. I want these figures to get the My Hero treatment where they're top tier. They have all the articulation because I really do like this style. My issue with the Medicos, they are small. They don't scale with like
anything.
Like with anything that I have. Like I try to scale it with like a Kuga figure and it still wouldn't, you know, and they don't even really scale with Figma because to your point, Chamba, their proportions are all over the place, right? But I'm hoping this is a little bit bigger, right? And I think it would be because it's SHF. And I hope it gets like full articulation, no, you know, weird things like Reno from Kaiju number 8 or anything like that.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah. But I'm excited. And dude, out the gate 6, this is nuts, man. So, you know, get those wallets ready.
Would you guys want their heads to be, say, similar to other SH figures so that they're physically taller?
No, I want them to
keep. You want them to be same height, smaller heads?
I mean, well, probably just like a bigger scale, but I don't want it to compromise like the art style or anything.
Right.
You know, I want it to still be true to the art style. So I guess like you just scale it up a little bit. You know,
the thing
cool
that
with
SH figure outs also
I'm
is
hoping.
that the thing about SH figure outs also is that they don't necessarily make their lines to fit within each other's because all art styles are very vastly different. Like if you handle the My Hero stuff, pop it next to a One Piece and pop it next to Kaiju number 8, they don't necessarily fit with each other. They do look fine next to each other. They're not built as in, like you could tell it's a completely different art style because some artists draw proportions differently, right? So I think relatively they'll size work. They'll work, but yeah, I don't know if they're gonna go full on. It's gonna scale with that one.
They definitely won't make it scale with the Medico stuff. That's for sure, because they made sure the Demon Slayer stuff didn't scale with anything else. Yeah.
The Demon Slayer stuff, it'd be cool.
Yeah.
Do you need an anime brand to family necessarily with other brands? Because I always felt like the art style sort of dictates its own thing.
100%. Like, it'd be nice if they look fine next to each other, but I wouldn't want them to be like, beholden to it. Because like if you look at say Bleach proportionally is closer to JoJo's than One Piece, closer to the Naruto. With Bleach, they all do have that smaller, longer bodies, right?
Yes.
So if they scale it with Bleach, that's perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
So it really depends. I'm really curious as to what they're going to do with this line. But yeah, 6 out the gate, I was like, okay, they're not afraid. Like this, they knew this was going to be a big license, so they're not going to. And yeah, I understand. Like Mara, your concern was like, they've got every license right now, and because of that, there's that whole fear of like, what team is going to tackle which? Some going to get neglected. I know people right now, like, for the past year and a half, maybe people have been like, "Where's Jujutsu Kaisen?" I'm like, "Don't." It's not like they're not trying to get it. It's 100% licensing issues, 100%, and that's just how it works. We don't. You can beg them to make it. It's like behind the scenes, trust me, they're trying to get it too. They're not going to be like, well, that money, we don't need that money. We don't need Jujutsu Kaisen money. We don't need when they were doing everyone was like, where's their My Hero Academia? It's like, they've got it now. It's like, because they didn't get it when they were offered. That's simply how it was. It's like, we missed out. When the licensing, somebody else took it. We're like, and so they saw that it was doing well. It's like, okay, that's our bad. Now when it's available, let's go for it now. And then they did, and look at them, they're going crazy with it, which is great because again, it's printing out money, especially if you put the quality in on it. People are going to be on board. Mm-hmm. So even if there is competition,
can I ask who? You guys know this better than I do. Give me an example of a brand in SH Figure Arts that you feel is quote unquote neglected.
The One Piece line in the beginning when they first came out, like I felt, that was dumb. Especially Luffy, like, dude, that articulation. It was just weird, and you can see, I mean, but maybe they knew that they were going to release others down the line, and I don't know. Some Kaiju number 8 figures, even 2B from Nier Automata didn't really hit the mark. I just feel like it's not as consistent as you would kind of expect it to be across different properties, even though it's the same company.
Like Don Don's release. That was rushed.
That. How could I forget?
Do you know what I mean? But I wouldn't say they're necessarily as a brand they're neglected because there's technically 3 figures. There's 4. So there's 2 released for Don and there's 2 on pre-order. So it's not necessarily neglected as a property, but as far as the figure went, that it's almost like they didn't even bother with the engineering. Like they went base engineering and just released it because they'll be the first out the gate. And that's, that is a mistake, obviously. But as like other lines, it's, I mean, right now, obviously, Jujutsu Kaisen people like, where is that? It's like, that's got to be licensing. But in terms of neglecting as far as like focus on engineering, focus on sculpt and that, there's a couple of lines where it's like they'll falter here and there. And then they'll gain interest again. And it's like, all right, let's focus on this again. It's just, Star Wars, for example. Like,
that's what I was gonna say. Rick Jones says Star Wars,
for a while, and that could also be licensing though. Like we don't. There's a lot of stuff that, as fans, we don't know at all. Or like they're not able to for this period of time, so they can only do this. They could release whatever's on pre-order already, but things go wrong. But if all their focus was on the up and up, like the Naruto stuff is killing it. The My Hero stuff is killing it. One Piece stuff, if they did it as well as Ace, they'd be the best line.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I wished it was more consistency as far as like releases go within the same property. But they're such a big company that you've got so many different teams working on things that some will get more focused than others, unfortunately. But we'll see what happens with this JoJo's, because again, 6 out the gate, that's crazy.
Yeah, all the lead protagonists.
Yeah, which is kind of smart. If I we're doing all the JoJo's for the first 6.
Like, who's not going to buy all the lead protagonists? Like, that's a strong lineup.
It's
I wonder if
annoying.
lead antagonists would follow.
Yeah, or stands or
Or
antagonists.
stands.
Yeah,
That's what I'm hoping for, and I'm hoping they're bigger because like I tend to pick and
Metacost one.
choose
Yeah, they were
stuff
too
for.
small.
Yeah, so
I
like
thought the Metacost
Sagat,
one- Oh,
I have like some of the Street Fighter, but Sagat I really love because he is as big and can hang out with like Legions figures and
love big figures.
AWOC figures.
That's what
I
we
know
get.
I do. It's weird. I know people say it's weird, but that's why I'm hoping like some of these stands will work because some they look really cool and they're just on their own visually. So that's my selfish desire.
Jshot, anything?
Oh, my the extent of my knowledge of JoJo is that Donatello wore a shirt in the new Mutant Mayhem movie. That's the extent of
Oh, he
what I
did?
know. But yeah,
That's
that's all I know. So
That's cool.
easy pass for me. But glad you guys are going to enjoy it. So yeah,
Okay.
cool. All right, Mario, where are we
Mario?
going next?
Let's scroll up. All right, let's scroll back down because Brick already picked the girl, so I'm gonna pick that CT Toys Mess Toys Black Costume Spider-Man, baby. Say what you will about the KO market, but I love this thing. I love the way it looks, man. And you know what? This is a KO that I think most people can get behind because it's something new. It's something that we haven't seen. It's not offered. I can't wait. I can't wait to get it. And hopefully the tariffs don't really screw us. And this is still like $28 when it releases. But
I think it's 35.
damn it!
The Mess Toys ones are marked as 35.
Either way, 35 is still amazing, dude. And I think, like I was looking at this, they just got rid of like all the web lines, the sculpted web lines. They sculpted a new head, and I think some new hands too. And I like the flat finish.
Yeah,
And I hope it stays like I hope it stays like that. But dude, this thing looks amazing. I can't wait. I want it right now.
I like that he doesn't come with the thwipping hands, like the traditional
Oh.
Spider-Man thwipping hands, right? Like
He's
you
not
notice that?
supposed to.
That's what I'm saying.
He's
I
not
like
supposed
that he.
to. Yeah,
I
yeah.
like that he doesn't
Yeah.
come with that, right? Like,
And like,
it
if you
looks.
see,
It looks
he's
like
got-
they got little holes for
Yeah.
the fist. Yeah, the back of the fist. Yeah,
I love
that's
it.
cool.
What about you,
I like
Brick?
that.
I saw this thing and I was kind of what struck me is how the all black thing really kind of hides some of the articulation, sculpt things that happen with this kind of body. So even though like if I really stop and look at it, it's like, oh, that's I see what's going on with the arm and the legs and the scoops on the knees, but it's that
Chamba's
all black,
favorite.
especially especially that matte black. There's something about like you ever seen those deep black paints that people do now? There's something about it that
The
when I
black
saw this, I was like,
4.0.
oh, that's kind of cool. Because that was the beauty of when this thing came out in like Secret Wars when I was a kid, was just you're going from bright red and blue to like jet black with that big white spider and those hands and like eyes. So something about it being in matte, I wish more people doing Spider-Man would consider something like this. To me, it makes the whole symbiote thing a little bit creepier. Like that right there, that shot right there, I think is really cool.
Yeah, so good.
Junior?
Low and wide, baby.
Junior, pass.
Well, yeah, because I'm actually like one of the few people that aren't big on the Spider-Man universe. But man, I wish they would do X-Men, Jim Lee X-Men like this. They look
my God.
amazing. It is
Yeah.
such an amazing figure, but I'm like, man, I need more KO X-Men. Sorry, Hasbro.
Chamba, what do you think?
Change.
Besides the
I'm-
scoops?
The skips are garbage. Look how stupid they look. Like, seriously, look at this image.
Can't catch up.
Look how stupid they look. I'm not necessarily interested in the black suit one. mainly because I've got the Marfex black suit, and that's like I don't need it. If there's any characters that I'm actually more interested in picking up, it's the ones that I don't own, but I also that the companies wouldn't make. I know they've shown off a Scarlet Spider, Kane cut Scarlet Spider. I'm interested in that one just to see because I don't have a figure of that, and it's using the 2.0 Yamaguchi mold, I suppose. Design. I'm gonna shave those bloody knees though. I'm modding the crap out of it because it's like whatever, dude. It's my figure. I'm gonna shave it right off, stand it down, make it nice and smooth.
In this shot, it doesn't look as bad as that other shot.
Of course,
where it, like,
of course not.
He had boots on. Yeah.
Chamba, can I ask you something?
Dude? What's up?
Why do you think they put these damn scoops on these damn knees? What purpose do they serve in your mind?
Yeah. Do you know what's silly, right? Because amazing Yamaguchi stuff, it always looks amazing. Like they're made to be dynamically posed, dynamically. Yet those knee scoops primarily only function when it's just standing.
Is it to hide the joint?
But maybe, but it's like who cares if you could see the bloody the knee hinge, right? Who cares? Oh, cool! Yeah. It's a line. Big deal. I'd rather have a line than this stupid scoop that does nothing.
Yeah. But
it's hiding it for a pose that you're gonna do like 2% of the time.
That's what I'm saying.
Especially with the Spider-Man. Yeah.
Never gonna pose him standing up like this.
Though it is a symbiote. I mean, isn't it the whole thing?
No, dude.
That's a good.
That's what I was saying.
The only forgiveness. The only forgiveness is when it's actually part of a boot design. Because they've done it before where it's like he's got a knee pad. It's like, okay, fine. Bloody symbiote. It's so smooth. How the hell do you have knee pads sticking out like that? Nah, dude. Garbage. No point. There's no point. Jshot though.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's cool. I do really like the finish. The finish honestly might sell me. I am certainly not one that needs another Spider-Man, but the finish is really good. So yeah, I mean, and again for like $25, $35, it's like kind of hard to pass out.
Yeah.
What's up, Panchi?
No, 100%. That's what it's for. But they've designed it differently as well, where you don't need it. So it's like maintain that engineering instead of going back to this garbage. If you've already designed it in a way where you don't need it, why would you keep going back to it? That's basically it.
Chamba, where do you want to go? Besides away from these knees.
Garbage.
What's not garbage?
Well, there's a lot of garbage. But
wow.
This is neat. This is not garbage.
This is cool.
This is not garbage. This is actually
long overdue.
Yeah. So they finally showed it off. Obviously, like last month they teased the silhouette, which is like cool. Right on, finally. I'm not sure if they've actually updated it compared to what they had on display years ago. I don't see why they would, because that thing looked done. Other than maybe updating some of the actual joints, because I'm sure the joints that they have now could be, different in design in general. So, but this thing looks cool. Hopefully this does mean that it actually goes up for pre-order though, because sometimes they'll still show these promo shots, but it's not real until the pre-order goes up. At least with Bandai stuff,
Yep.
But I'm happy for the folks that have wanted this character. I think it looks dope. It looked dope then. Good. It still looks dope now.
He does. He does look really good. Looking at him though, it's like, if any character could get the Yamaguchi, fit, it's him. Like I feel like he lays himself to that kind of articulation of that movement.
He could have a scoop if he wanted.
He would have a scoop. It would make sense for him, right? So, but yeah, that other photo, like, that's a damn good shot. Like he had to really look to make sure it wasn't a still frame, right? So.
It's selling it, and I know it's going to be on display at the event. Star Wars Celebration.
This weekend?
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
They also had signs that said like coming soon, and it was just kind of blacked out. And I was like, what else are they showing? But they might be showing like Empire stuff, Because again, there was like a few years back, they showed off a bunch of SH figures that they would just kind of like, yeah, forget you saw these. They might be showing them up again. Who knows? Licensing. Brick something, anything?
I think he looks really cool. Him and Darth Maul, I think, are two of my favorite designs that came out of the Phantom Menace. Or I'm sorry, the prequels. And so I'm happy to see this figure. I am kind of curious how, like, what's going on with that cape. It's actually cool that you see that sort of GIF or GIF on the right there, because he gets that big bulky. Like, he's an interesting character because his silhouette changes. Yeah. So he can get real big, and then in that other shot where he's standing up real tall, spreading out his arms. And I like that we can see the big arms kind of thing. I wonder if we can get that big hulking impression too. And I am really curious how he scales with the other figs. I'm just wanting to see what that looks like. But
I wonder.
This is like a perspective shot, so he does look taller.
Yeah.
And you know why I'm interested. But yeah.
Yep. It's a big thing.
Oh. Junior? Mario? Nothing? Yeah.
Pass. Well, it just
Really?
Chamba mentioned, that they show things and they say, coming soon or whatever, and then they go nowhere with it. And I just started thinking about Shredder and Ms. Pac-Man, and now I'm just depressed.
Well, see, at least Shredder never had a promo shot. He was displayed at Comic-Con. Yeah, I know.
He had
Trust me,
parts.
I'm on that boat too. There's too many figures that SH figure the Bandai showed off, and I'm like, don't do this. Although, to be fair, sometimes they'll have those signs, do not take a photograph. So
why take a photograph?
Maybe
that'll stop everybody.
Then that's on you. That's on you, mate. You shouldn't have taken a photo.
Oh, I need to manage my expectations then, apparently.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, absolutely, dude.
All right.
They're not in charge of that.
Don't show me the goods if you don't want me to throw my wallet at you. That's all I'm saying.
No interest, Mario?
Dude, immediate pre-order. If this was 7 years ago, I sold all my SHF Star Wars stuff, and they were really cool figures, and they looked great. But just the releases were so sparse, and I lost interest. You know me. But he looks great, and if you've been holding out for this figure, I'm very happy for you.
I'd be curious to see if the cape has little like spots for lightsabers in it too. Just like how detailed are we going to go on this, right? Yeah. So
if it's a premium Tamashii Web exclusive, they could probably do it.
Right.
I don't see this being a general release.
Oh man, that's salt in the wound. If it's exclusive,
it's so common these days, though.
Yeah.
But that's
and
not
you
something
can get
you
it
can
anywhere,
incorporate into the Black Series, or no?
It would look too good next to him, I reckon. I know what one thing that a lot of folks have already done is what they purchased a model kit of Grievous, the Bandai one
model
from a few
kit
years ago,
worked.
which looked fantastic. It's just that model kits handle like model kits; they're just lighter. You can't really fiddle with them. You can pose them and then display them, but you can't actually fiddle with them. So, I guess people have been waiting for this one.
Oh, I hope
I'm zooming in on it, really looking at all the joints too, because he's got a unique anatomy, and so it looks like you might be able to actually sort of spin at the shoulders, and like it looks like there's a part here in the equivalent of a bicep swivel. So I'm just wondering how this thing will move, but it looks pretty cool because
it looks
the body kind of hunch over, then standing up like that in full splay. His neck pops out a little bit more, so I'm really kind of curious how this thing's gonna move.
It's gonna be impressive, I reckon, regardless. Yeah, right.
I hope it's not fragile, because that the Mando IG-11, I had that. That was a P Bandai exclusive, and that, dude, I felt like I was gonna break that thing. And like when you separate this guy's arms to do like the whole forearm thing, I would worry about that a little bit.
You say that, like, even looking at his thigh, right? Like, look at the gaps. There's not a lot there. So
if he handles like Kaiju number 9, it's gonna be the best because this thing is so good. But we'll see how it is, I suppose. Jshot?
Let's talk
What you got?
Shredder. Yeah, let's go Shredder. So, I didn't realize this was a 2-pack. That's pretty cool. I thought it was just gonna be like swappable parts, but the 2-pack's pretty cool. I'm not familiar with the story, but that's not gonna stop me from spending money. So, especially
Do you like that it's a
this is-
2-pack?
I kind of do, but also like all right, great, another extra figure. But at the same time, like I'm not the one to swap and pop things on NECA figures. So the less of that we have to do, the better. But he looks great. Like just for a Mirage shredder that is the step up shredder, like not the original like first kind of issue one. Like this, I don't know. Like this is what I think of when I think of shredder, right? Like
Is this is this intended to be a V2 shredder? Or is this storyline specific? I have genuine questions about this.
I don't know the storyline enough, so to say yes or no. But
Because they had the 4-pack of the clan set, and then they improved the engineering on 3 of the pieces, and Shredder's left, and they've done variations of that Shredder, like the battle damage ones that we've been seeing.
yeah,
Then all of a sudden, Giga Chad Shredder comes out, and I'm like, wait a minute, what is this? Like, is this intended to be like sort of a hard reset, or is this just storyline specific? I'm not getting either way. I'm just asking.
Yeah. You're like me. I would say though that like the battle damage shredder, that to me is story specific because that looks like literally like right out of that first issue, right? Like where they, spoiler alert for a comic that came out 40 years ago, where they take him out. So I know, shocker. So. Punch Jesus, dude's built like a Dorito. Big performance.
Cheesy. Break something? Any interest?
I don't really have much. I don't have any. Very little, minimal Turtles toys. So,
well, that's all the time we have tonight.
Ooh.
Thanks for being here. Brent.
Yeah, he
Sorry.
knows. That guy knows. That guy knows my story. But
He'll see himself out.
But no, I mean, it does. The only reason that I do kind of like glom onto it a little bit is because those are my Turtles, like the black and white, that sort of original. And I look at this, I'm like, oh yeah, that reminds me of that. I didn't even, if you had told me that this, when you started saying it's from like something else, potentially from something else, I had no idea. I just sort of assumed this was from that first one. But beyond that, it comes with a cool worm. I don't know. He's like a little tiny accessory. You can see him. It's weird. But it said something about like worm, like that's the name of the
it's actually labeled on
the
the box.
2-pack. So
Worms of Madness.
Is it?
That's
So
it.
is it that? I think that storyline's like so. Shredder, again, spoiler alert. Shredder dies like in the first issue, but I think that worm like goes into his head and brings, and that's how he comes back. So if I remember, that's the storyline. So
it's the one that
like a parasite.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like the one that went into RFK. It just came out and then went to shit.
All right, come on. Jay's not here, but we're not losing complete control.
But oh man, why is this at $80?
Oh, damn.
Necklace doing good
back in there,
points.
but they're bigger. They're beefier.
He's beefy.
Yeah, but Panda
And there's
Con
two
is
of
still 35. I thought he'd be 50.
For 2 figures?
No, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know. They've been very what's the word I'm looking for? Generous with their pricing. I will say that for NECA. And the part layout, I'm just surprised for $80. I was like, is that like the tariff like forcing their hand, or is that the actual price? But they're beautiful figures. I'm getting it either way, but I was just like, oh, $80.
Yeah, the art direction is really cool. I actually like the way his unmasked face looks. The eyes in particular.
Yeah, that Shredder means business. I'm excited. Yeah. And he's gonna be very visually distinctive from Karai, the Karai figure that's dressed as Shredder. So you're gonna get a nice visual distinction, which I really appreciate. It's gonna give her a more feminine silhouette because she looked kind of almost like she could pass for Shredder with the first release Shredder because he's more lean, and then this one's
not this one.
Not this one.
Yeah, it's weird. He's been hitting the gym while he was in the ground. It's kind of weird.
Yeah,
but he looks awesome.
It's all the
It's
worm.
the worm.
It's the worm.
It's all that protein from the worm.
Wow.
What? Mario,
Come on, Jshot, please.
come on. You come on.
No, don't come on.
We were just looking at a yo-yo doll, and this is where you draw the line.
Oh, chop.
You say I didn't say. I just repeated it.
Oh God. Mario, nothing.
No, I don't. I don't.
Yeah.
Collect
You gonna pick up
turtles.
Shredder's worm? Okay.
No, actually, that's the only thing I want from this 2-pack, the worm. So, Jshot, if you want to sell me your worm,
If you want to part
me
with
up.
your worm,
no, they look great. It's just I don't collect them.
Your loss.
Jshot's
Yeah.
gain.
Yeah. Good luck having all that money in your pocket.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Ugh. Weighing down the
Chamba.
pockets.
Chubba, what do you think?
I think it looks great. It's neat that it is a 2-pack. It kind of like, you've got options to display them in both looks now without having to compromise. Like pick which one you want. I think 80 is fine for the 2 because technically they're like 35, 40 each now these days. So they're just doubling it up, I suppose. It looks good, but yeah, Turtle fans, you're getting like force-fed too many things now. It's almost like, hey,
Drowning.
here's all the options. We know you want them all. Suffer. It's like
Accurate.
That's what it feels like, and it's like it's cool if you can just pick and choose. But even then, there's so many versions of turtles that haven't been tackled yet at all. You're like, are they going to eventually get to those? And when they do, am I going to be force-fed those too? Ugh.
Yeah. NECA's very strange because I think everyone has, sort of a very similar sunset list. Like the line can end when we see these characters, and they've been putting a lot. It's just crazy how deep down the well they've been going with a lot of these brands. Mirage is a good example. This set's a good example. And you sit there and you're like, I didn't ask for this. I didn't think of this, but I see it. I'll take it till we get to the stuff I know I want.
It feels like it's become that though, or it's like I guess I'll buy it. And it's like, had they not shown you, were you not like even wanting it though?
Mm-hmm.
But it's not bad. It's like the set's worthwhile still. That's the crazy part. I know.
I'm not saying that it's not. It's just like, had they not shown this, I wouldn't have been on my own going, it would be awesome.
Yeah.
If they made Worms of Madness 2-pack Shredder. It's just like, but now that it's here, it's like, hey, you want this, right? And you're like, yeah, I guess. I'd rather not buy something if my attitude is like, yeah, I guess.
No, I get
You know
it, but
what I
in
mean?
a weird way, it's like this is for me a brand done right. Like they got the right talent, the right people, the right care, and I don't know. Like I do on some level. I know this is not the reason why I would shell out the money for it. I just think it's a golden era for Turtles collectors with this line, and I feel like they're like as knowledgeable as I like to believe I am as a fan. Their knowledge with products like this showed me how encyclopedic they are, and I do reward that.
I like
fans are rewarded because of it too.
Yeah,
we joke about like we joke about the whole the being force fed and sort of like being overstuffed, but it trips me out. I feel like TMNT is like the wet dream of like all these IP holders, right, and toy makers. To bring it back, but just like they're able to put a bunch of toys out across a couple different toy makers, right? But specifically with NECA, they're like, we got the Archies, we got the Mirage, we've got the movie stuff, and it just seems like people are like, cool, give me more, and I do Motu Masterverse and I love it, but they tried to do like New Attorney or whatever, and pretty much in that, like amongst that community, that fan base, it's sort of like, I only like these, or I'm only going to go for these. And the decisions they have to figure out is like, what should we make next that won't like crush us, right? That will actually get people to buy enough so that we can get to the next one. It just seems like Turtles are like dip into the long box, pull something out, and they're like, throw a dart at a page, and they're like, that's next, and people are like, yes. Yeah. So it's neat to watch.
Dude, has there been a recent NECA reveal or release that the majority of fans were like, ew, I don't want this, and it was kind of a flop? It seems like anytime NECA puts something out, it's like a banger, or maybe it's because Jshot's always reacting to it that way. But like, I'm serious. Has there been anything that has flopped recently for
I
NECA?
want to say gargoyles.
I meant like in a turtle line.
Within the turtle line. Within the turtle line.
Oh, turtles.
I feel like the what's it called, the colorway stuff doesn't do as well, right? Where it's like,
Oh, you're
Which is
right.
that one?
Yes.
the clone shredder 3-pack, and they're red and purple and blue,
Or the black and white sketch turtles. They're
black and white
kind of
sketch.
everywhere.
Yeah,
Did
Was that
NECA do those?
It's a 2-pack.
Yeah, they did the 2-pack. The first turtle, not sketch. Yeah, they called it the first turtle because
Oh,
the
yeah.
first sketch,
turtle.
the initial sketch.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
To me, that
yeah.
one was more like like a celebration of it. So I wouldn't even count.
Well,
that as
one was a
part of it.
con exclusive, fully painted, and then they did a black and white with red bandanas. But that stuff
Yeah.
kind of sat like a stone.
Mm,
There's
okay.
also a couple of the movie stuff that they've been doing. Like there's like a movie Leonardo and Shredder 2-pack that's been sitting.
That's
A
true.
lot of
the shredder,
yeah,
Shredder, the Orokusaki
Hamato
2-pack.
Yoshi set.
Hamato Yoshi 2-pack is not. Yeah, it's still sitting from years ago. So,
Dude, Tatsu was like really on fire in the beginning, and like, one of my stores has 17 of them still sitting there.
Yeah, because
then
the people that wanted him bought it already.
got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you look at the production on the bottom of the box, there was actually 2 production runs of Tatsu they did.
Maybe they did
So-
too many, huh?
Yeah, they might have done a lot. Actually, which is interesting because April also had like those ugly mannequin looking knees, and then I bought the ones from overseas, and then they had the corrected ones. So I'm actually real curious because they're doing that April with the re-released her, and I'm curious of which version we're gonna get.
You mean this one that they re-released her? Yeah.
The
just
one
went
with the I bought one
With the yellow coat. Yeah.
with the yellow coat,
Oh.
yeah,
Yeah.
without the press badge.
So
All right, let's look at that.
there's your knees.
Oh wait, is that wait?
What
Is
is
that the
that?
one you is that the one you
This-
ordered?
Who said
from them?
ugh?
This is I
Or is that
just
the-
I
got.
did. It's the one with the sausages. She's got the
The sausages, yeah.
Wait, you
Yeah.
just got it?
So
They just did like a re-release. Like I don't know if you're saying there's going to be a full re-release because they put her back up for a while, and I grabbed it. because
Right,
I
but
didn't have
that
the- I didn't have the
release
stupid
that
raincoat.
release
Yeah.
included a Judith Hogue autographed press badge.
Oh, got
at
it.
one
Yes,
point.
so that's the one without the press badge. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting because
Could
I
that-
ordered that one too. So if
Yeah.
you ordered it through where was it? Not Mercari. It was an AliExpress. And you ordered it from shipping from China. It had a separate production run on the box, and she had the not that ugly double knee. It has like a single knee,
Mhm.
and it looks so much nicer. And it's a legit variant that never made it stateside.
Chamba, serious question: scoop knee or the knees I just showed you?
I was gonna say.
Ooh, pick your poison. Is that what you're
Yeah.
asking?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to pick.
That's smart.
I'm gonna pick scoop knee because the
Okay.
problem with that design knee is that when you actually bend it, there's too big of a gap in between the actual bottom thigh and the actual calf. So anatomically, that one is not correct. The scoop knee, while you have that extended kneecap, which makes no sense, the knee still bends like a proper knee.
Got it.
So
Sorry,
Okay.
human.
they're
likeness.
both ugly. But see, that one's
Lesser is
ugly. That one's ugly standing and bent. The other one is ugly bent only. So
No.
that's the lesser of two evils.
All right, I'll take it.
Has
All right.
NECA done that before? That's the first time I've seen that. I'm just curious. Those knees, like, is that a thing they've done on other figs? Like, or did they just want to go crazy on that one?
It was
They
an
do
old
that.
thing that they tried to. So,
Oh.
That design doesn't always work for characters. Like turtles have that kind of knee, but because you've got the knee pad, it kind of blends within the design.
Yeah, you
It's
can
just
hide
that-
it.
The knee pads on the center part.
Mhm.
Okay.
They kind of did something similar with the elbows and the engineering on like the Channel 6 group. But those corrected knees on April that I was talking about is seen in
It's
the
single.
it's in the yes, and it's seen in the was it when her and Casey Jones were in a 2-pack?
Oh, the farmhouse 2-pack.
The farmhouse
set,
one, yeah.
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 Those
Same knees
legs
as
were
those.
what were used, yeah.
All right.
And they're nicer.
All right. Well, I think that's it. I think we're
Oh, we're way over.
way over at this point.
Oops.
So
God damn it,
No, no.
J-Shot.
it's way over.
It's okay. We're allowed to be.
I know,
We've
I know.
gone.
We
We've
get
gone over
penalized.
before when Cheynee was.
What's Cheynee gonna do?
Yeah.
I will say there was one
Okay.
figure. There was one figure in that grid that possibly has the worst, even worse knees.
Which
Which
one?
one? McFarlane.
Check out that Punisher. Check out that Punisher.
Oh, that
Oh.
independent resin, whatever.
Well, but it's
Mhm.
designed based on the Yamaguchi style
Yeah.
knee.
Well,
Yeah,
is it?
He's
Whoa,
punishing
well,
you.
No, no,
You
no.
bye-bye.
That's
Look
not
at it,
even a
go
boot,
back.
right?
Go.
Jesus,
That's
look
on
at
his
that.
boot.
I'm not even talking
It's
about the
an
scoop.
it's
Go
an ice
there.
cream
Zoom in
scoop.
there.
Yeah.
No, they're two joints like this, side by
They're
side.
side by side. Yeah.
Oh, that's the Yamaguchi.
That's how Yamaguchi does
Yeah.
their joints
Oh,
now.
are they?
They
Okay.
reverted
all
back
of
to
them
that.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of weird where it's like, why?
That's weird.
Oh,
I've
No,
never
but you know
seen that.
what?
That's
It's
that's
effective
like Lego.
though.
That's old school Lego.
The function is good. The function is good.
effective.
The problem with that kind of design, though, is like if you look back here, the actual sculpt, there's like crazy scoops. There's like into it, so it's not aesthetically the best, but the function is there. Without
The
a doubt.
trade-off, I think, is worth it to get that much range on a
Sure.
single. You know.
But you still
but
need
yeah.
that boot, the ball boot cut. It's not just a hinge; it's like an actual ball joint, so that you can actually bend from the boot section even more.
Mm-hmm.
So it
Oh,
is
so
still
are you
technically a
saying
double
that's
Mhm.
not just a
Mhm.
joint? You can
Nah,
actually.
it doesn't just
this way.
rotate. It's a ball joint, so you can actually.
Ah,
further.
okay. Well,
Which
I
is-
take that back.
it
That is
works.
kinda neat.
It's
It
neat.
just looks
it's
weird from the back.
100%. But I mean, who's going to display him standing up like this?
Yeah.
I guess that's kind of the payoff. But
Yeah.
and that scoop knee, it's a knee pad. Sure, it doesn't make sense, but at least it makes more sense than a bloody kneecap.
I wasn't even paying attention to the name, but
Yeah.
that totally just shows my ignorance on that
No.
that build. Huh.
Yeah,
Cool.
the Yamaguchi style.
it's still
that's
a
what it is,
pass.
basically. Yeah, it's fine.
Amazing.
I think sausage
Yamaguchi.
sausage April knees are weirder.
No, they are. It's weird because you're giving it an extra part, and it's like, no, that's not how it works.
Man, this toy
Zion said it though. Yeah, Zion said it though. That's a
Mm.
good base for a snake, a solid snake. It'd be kind of cool.
Well, I mean,
Oh, true.
Yamaguchi's made a snake before.
Have they? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, in their smaller ones.
Oh,
Long time
so
ago.
Yeah, they
small
used to have like a
snake.
Revoltech Mini, and they made one there,
Mini.
but they never
Cool.
released it
There you
in
go.
a regular size.
Who knew?
Yep.
Who knew? All right. So that's about it for us. I want to thank everybody for being here. Say a huge thank you to Brick Something for being here and guesting with us. You're right. You're doing the pee dance, Brick. You good? So yeah. So.
No, I just
I'm just shuffling.
He just went. He's fine.
all this talk about the knees made me like
You're just like
realize
looking
I
at your
needed-
knees.
He was looking at his knees. I'm like, but it
Yeah.
doesn't do that. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
dude.
I kind
I
of
like
was.
my
I was trying to
photography.
figure out the logic of that.
Yeah, you're like,
Anyways.
but if it ends there.
Thank you to everybody in the chat for being here. Brick, you want to give another quick plug for the
Yeah.
West Coast meetup? Yeah.
May 3rd, West Coast Mythic Meetup. Come out, Sacramento, California. Like right there by the name. Follow that on IG for more details. These guys might be there. These guys might be there. A bunch of Necronominists will be there. And then all the customizers and stuff will also be there. Oh, yeah. And Spiro Toys will be there too.
There it is again.
So, and Brick, how do people keep up with you as well?
No one can. No, sorry. Yes, you can follow me
Well
at
played.
brick.something. And on YouTube, just search brick something.
Mr. Junior, how do we keep up with you?
You can find me here or at a local Target.
Hey.
All right. All right, Chamba, you ready?
Huzzah.
Go full screen. Mario, how do we keep up with you?
Not you.
Not me. Not me.
No.
Hold your breath.
He's gonna
Hold your
he's gonna
breath.
pass
Oh my
out.
God.
He's gonna pass
He's
out.
gonna go back.
He's going to pass out. Oh,
Pass out. There we go.
Go.
There we go.
You can follow me on 796 Studios on Instagram, TikTok, Vero, and not Twitch. Catch me on the first Tuesday of every week on Chatmigos. Assemble. Catch me on the first Thursday of every month on Toying Around's channel, Unboxing Thursday, Enablers Edition. Good night.
Thank you,
Well done.
796, baby. I just realized you changed your name. The D Mario. Chamba,
Chamba,
how about you?
You can follow me at the Chamba on Instagram, Twitter, on the Toymigos Discord. Chatmigos assemble on Tuesday, then on Dolls Thursday.
Perfect. And I will plug everything that Cheynee usually plugs. Check out the Toymigos Instagram, the Toymigos Facebook, the Facebook group for Toymigos as well, and check out the Jada Toys Facebook group and the Street Fighter Facebook group, which is up to what, 8 billion people at this point every week.
This is a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. Make sure you're checking out the Toymigos Discord. On Tuesdays, Chatmigos assemble. On Thursday, They're Not Dolls. And if you are a channel member, don't forget to stay tuned for the extra on Thursday nights. And for myself, I'll be live tomorrow night with Matchutoy on Between Two Sentinels. So with all that being said, you could have been anywhere, and you're here. So thank you very much for being here. Brick, thank you again. Everybody here, everybody in the chat, appreciate all you.
Thank you.
And that's it. That's it. Chatmigos.
Okay.